Hello, students. Welcome to my class. Our topic for today is the Transfiguration of Jesus. After the Caesarea Philippi incident, 6 days later, Jesus took Peter, James, and John to the mountain to pray. What actually happened in the Caesarea Philippi? It was very simple. Jesus put forward a question. He asked, "What do men say that I am?" Then he was asking the disciples, how do people relate with him or relate to him, who he was, his person? And so the disciples brought suggestion on the perception of the people towards Jesus. And later, Jesus now put the question to the disciples by asking, what is their perception of him? And so Peter said he was the Son of God. And so Jesus declared that flesh and blood has not revealed it to Peter, but his Father who is in heaven revealed it to him. And so he said, upon this rock he was going to build his church, and the gates of hell will not prevail against it. Afterward, Jesus informed the disciples that he's going to suffer. He will suffer in Jerusalem and he will be crucified. But on the third day, he will rise up. So the disciples became discouraged. So it was 6 days after this incident that Jesus took Peter, James, and John to the mountain to pray. When they got to the mountain, they started praying. And so Jesus went thither to pray. But as they were praying, the countenance of Jesus changed and it became very white. That means his expression changed. And Moses and Elijah appeared to him and they were discussing. They were discussing about Jesus' imminent death. They were discussing about the death of how Jesus Christ was going to die in Jerusalem. And so when Peter saw them discussing, Peter intruded by saying that it is good because the atmosphere was very charged. It is good that they are here, that it would be wise for 3 tents to be built. One for Jesus, one for Elijah, and one for Moses. And so, before Jesus could reply, suddenly the cloud covered them, so much so that Peter, James, and John fell to the ground. And so the voice spoke from the cloud, "This is my beloved Son, in whom I'm well pleased. Listen to him." In case of your exam, remember that with the exception of the baptism of Jesus Christ, where similar statement was made, the difference between the baptism and the transfiguration of Jesus is the last line that was made, which is listen to him. And so don't get yourself confused with the statement. The baptism of Jesus was simply stated that this is my beloved Son in whom I'm well pleased, quote and unquote. But for the transfiguration, the voice said, "This is my beloved Son in whom I'm well pleased. Listen to him." And Peter, James, and John were already on the ground. Afterward, Jesus touched them and they discovered that there was no other person on the mountain. But Jesus instructed them that they should not tell anybody about this experience until after his resurrection. And so that was the transfiguration of Jesus. The significance of translation is that the appearance of Moses and Elijah played a complementary role of the law, that Jesus was the fulfillment of the law and the prophets. I'll stop my class today. Until we meet in our next class, have a beautiful day. Thank you.